Welcome to Tyers and Braaiers. I'm Hezron Love.
And I'm Nico Brinovitz, and today we're all over Joburg from the east to the not so east.
Our driver today, Drift Master, Clare Vale, takes us to a private museum.
A private racing museum run by
Steve.
Steve who?
Just Steve.
Okay.
Our braaier, Louis, will be smoking every kind of pork imaginable.
That sounds very unkosher. I won't be able to eat a thing on camera.
Yes, more for me.
Hez, what's it like?
The pork, amazing. Haven't you tried some before?
I'm Clare Vale. I'm actually a truck dealer, but most people know me more for my racing. I've been racing probably for a good 15 years now. Everything about me is sort of petrol and diesel. That's what runs through my veins. Right now we're standing in our racing workshop. It's actually supposed to be a truck workshop, but most of the time it's the racing workshop. This is my Mustang, the Ford Mustang drift car. The car behind me is the Subaru BRZ, which is a lot like a Toyota 86. I realized it was such a special car with fantastic balance, and with a little bit of power it could be an awesome car to do all sorts of other things. And I call it my do-anything car now, because it does hill climbs, it does racing, it's done Gymkhana grid, you name it. I've always wanted to get involved in racing, but I didn't grow up in a racing family, so I never really had the opportunity to do karting and so on like so many other young drivers do. So eventually I went for an advanced driving course, a high-performance advanced driving course at Kyalami. I've been in quite a bit of drifting, so I'll probably continue to do drifting with the big Mustang. That's when we go sideways, following each other. And of course I'm going to do a lot more with the Subaru.
Hello, Claire.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hello, Nick.
Hi.
Hi, Clare.
Hezron.
Hello. Hi, Hezron. Welcome.
So nice meeting you.
And you guys.
Where are we? Tell us about this place.
Well, it's actually a truck workshop, as you can see.
Yes. Are you the trucker?
I am a trucker, yes.
You don't look like one.
Clare, tell us about this road beast of yours.
Well, it was originally my road car. I drove it as a road car for probably about a year and a half. But I could just see the potential. I couldn't wait to add a little bit of power.
You had a need for speed. Yeah,
It's a sickness, yeah.
I understand. It's not curable either. Or maybe it is.
I don't think so. You know, once you start, I don't know too many people who can stop.
Yeah.
Clare, let's go. Let's get in this baby and go.
There's just one problem. Let me show you. Normally, there's a 2-litre turbocharged boxer motor under this bonnet. But today, there's a problem.
That's a big problem. We're not going anywhere in this baby.
But I've made a plan. I've got another car.
Is it as cool as this one?
It's very different. It's very gangster, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is this your car, Clare?
This is my gangster car.
Definitely looks gangster.
Tell us about it.
It's a Chrysler. It's a 300C SRT8.
The SRT8.
That's the one, yeah.
Claire, where are you taking us in this gangster car?
We're going to visit a friend of mine.
A friend of yours?
Yeah. He's a very secretive guy. He lives in Benoni,
Right.
and he has a car museum that very few people ever see.
Fantastic. Let's go.
Let's go.
I said, let's do it gangster, get in the back.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
I'll drive.
I felt like Clare kidnapped us. I was actually concerned that we were not coming back because that boot has space
Yep.
for a number of
How many bodies? 4,
She,
6.
she said 4,
Yeah.
but we're so thin, I'm sure 6 of us could fit in there. Powerful cars.
When did you first race cars?
I think my first race was in about, I don't know if I can remember, hey? I think about 15 years ago now, I think.
Did you win?
No, not my first race, no.
Did you finish the race?
I finished, yeah. I didn't finish last either.
In her spare time, she's a drifter. And I don't mean like she drifts around the country, no. She drifts cars.
It's wonderful. You discover this thing that you never really knew. You always liked the idea of doing something like that, you know? And, you know, you sort of assume that you probably wouldn't be able to do it because you're older and, you know, one thing and another. And it was really quite nice to find this talent, and it's been awesome to be able to go and do something I love. So I'm really lucky.
You know, you can learn something new every day. You don't have to hold yourself back and think, oh, you know, I'm too old to learn something. No, you can learn something right now, today, if you're interested in it.
What about this car? What is it that you love about this Chrysler 72 S03?
It's very old school, huh? You know, I think one of these days there won't be such a thing as a V8 road car anymore because everything's going electric and
Right, so this is one of the
hybrid.
last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's very American. I like V8s. I used to race a West Bank V8 supercar, which is a big V8 in the Mustang, and I still have a Mustang drift car. So yeah, I like the American muscle. I do.
Here's this lovely lady. She's just up the hill. She sells trucks. She drifts cars. She drives gangster cars. She's got beautiful blonde hair. She knows people with private museums. Nothing's stopping her from being great. We should all be great. We should be like Clare.
You're on the East Rand now, eh?
We're on the East Rand.
Yeah. You got to show some respect here.
Claire, on our right, we see one of the Great Lakes of Benoni.
That's true, hey? Yeah, I'm not actually giving
You
you
guys
the
call
scenic
your
tour.
city
Sorry.
the city of Great Lakes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a. Yeah.
And there's a lot of lakes. And it is famous, Benoni, for having the most horse manure per square kilometre in the southern hemisphere.
Nick speaks under correction. Benoni has the most horses per square kilometer.
But there are cars lurking on this property.
This looks like somebody's house, man.
It is somebody's house.
We've arrived.
Somebody who likes cars. And we got lost a few times looking for the private racing car museum, which is really, any of you out there racing car museum aficionados looking for it, you will never find it. You will never find that museum. Okay, we got lost like, I don't know, 3 times, and Claire has been there on at least 19 occasions. It's behind a beige wall in the front of a thing with an electric fence and another thing with another things and things. You'll never break in there, okay? But it's all very secret. We went in and we met Steve.
And what a jewel it was to find. It's like a little candy shop in the front.
Yes.
Unsuspecting. Sweet selling section.
I think the sweets are really at the back. I think what you see in the front of the house is just nothing. And then
Yeah.
you walk in.
Boom! Rooms full of trophies.
Rooms, houses. How many houses are there here?
It's 3 houses, to be exact. Yeah, so I now refer to myself as the sandwich baron. Because I make sandwiches on the show for you and our drivers. So I made a pita. I made chicken in pita. So I got freshly made pitas, and the person who made the pitas is amazing.
Jewish?
She's Jewish, yeah.
Oh.
So you rub some hummus in at the bottom, you put some lettuce in, and then I put some chips, some store-bought chips on, and some olives. Layer it with some chicken breast slices, some avocado, some olive oil, some tomatoes, salt and pepper, done. Pocket of food.
Tell me more.
How's it, guys? Sorry to interrupt this riveting conversation, but I've just finished up
Wow.
the
That
pakos.
looks good.
This is my chicken in pita.
You don't normally have time for patkos when you're racing.
No, I don't eat much at the track.
Yeah, but today, of course.
Today is relaxed. I can.
Yeah.
It looks delicious. I can't resist.
Please,
Go for it.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead. Please tell me how this compares to a race day buri and...
A lot better. I can tell you that right
Because
now.
I like the grip on this pita.
You like the grip on the pita?
Yeah.
But you know I went pita today because of you, Nick.
Really?
Yeah. Because you know pita is just a pocket for food. You can just put things inside the pita.
I know, that's what my great-great-grandfather, who actually owned a falafel business, used to say.
Put things in the pita. So
It's a pocket. No, he used to say it's a pocket.
it's a pocket. Because that's what a pita is. It's
It
a
is
pocket
a pocket.
for food.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our thing. We like to put hummus in everything.
So I've got some hummus in here for you.
That's fantastic. I've actually started brushing my teeth with it as well.
Yes, a pita needs to be texturally correct.
I have to say the texture of that pizza was spot on.
It was chewy, it was soft, it was right in place. Thank you for getting us in here, Claire. So excited, so excited. We would never have gotten in here without you. Can't wait for the tour. Nick, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Now give me a high five for that pocket of pita.
I thought it was
Thank you.
very good. I'd serve it at a bar mitzvah.
It's my mother's recipe.
Hello, Steve.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Steve does not have a surname. He's just Steve, the museum owner.
Now, other people have tried many times to get here, and we feel blessed that you let us in.
You can thank Clare Vale for that.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, Claire. So Claire said there's a secret way to get in here. So you do the flick of your lights, hoot 3 times, rev 7, and you're in.
I'm afraid that will not get you in.
What if you go, no, no, no?
There's no chance. This place is really just a private place. It's not open to the public.
It's a shrine. It feels like a shrine.
I wouldn't call it a shrine, but it's something that just happened. It started 8 years ago, and then the thing just grew a little bit out of hand.
Did you ever race yourself?
A little bit around the Swartkops. I'm too fat and ugly now.
When you raced, did they put the walrus on the side of the car?
That is my nickname, yes, but that is more to the club members.
I could tell he's moved by all these drivers that have donated all of their memorabilia, and he's really honored their memory, and seems very close to his heart.
The big thing here is the history, the pictures and that on the walls, which many of the drivers actually come here and they sign them and they reminisce about it. The suits, the trophies and that is in this section and the house next door. Then at the back we have the 2 big sheds where the cars and the bikes are, and die cast.
There's a lot of trophies here as well, eh?
Extreme.
I mean, there's a big floating one.
It's not floating, it's on a shelf. Only joking.
It honors the forgotten heroes of South African racing. And some of them have left us, some of them are still alive, and they come here, there's a club, and they reminisce, and they share stories, and they celebrate the great sport of motor racing.
You've just explained this place to the T.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. So where are we going into now, Steve?
There's 1 or 2 cars in here.
1 or 2.
You go first.
Oh, thank you. Those GTVs. This is the moment. Tell South Africa you are giving me a GTV.
South Africa, he's talking
Because those GTVs are stunning. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gorgeous red cars in a row.
Finally, we'd be allowed to drive.
We can finally drive something. So is this for me and Nick? Can we keep this in?
Play as long as you like.
Would you invite Steve to a dinner party?
I think my response to that would be similar to his response to your request to join the club. No.
No. You don't want to know about cars at your dinner party?
I do, but I don't think my wife does.
Yes.
We've seen some truly remarkable cars, but I have to say this is probably my personal highlight.
Excellent.
I'm asked 3 times to join the club. I've got an outright no.
What are you going to do when you come to the club meetings?
I just want to sit here
And reminisce.
and listen to
Yeah,
what they
but
have
the
to
stories
say.
are going to be great.
Yes, they're gonna.
Huh?
Yes, I can imagine what sort of stories they.
Jody Scheckter. You know, that time I won, that race I won, it was my bar mitzvah, it was the day before. I took all the money and I bought tyres. And I won.
Straight up.
Baruch Hashem.
So this is what I want to learn. I want to learn about the history. So that's how I want to join the club. So they've rejected me 3 times. I reckon I'll go in for a 4th.
I think you need to start smoking.
Steve, what you've done here is amazing. It's fantastic. It's epic.
And Steve, let's be honest, wasn't happy to see us.
Yeah, we were just saying also that it really honors the memories of all of these drivers and the heyday of the sport. You've captured it here. We've had an amazing time. Have you had a good time?
I'm gonna have one after you boys leave.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
It's an absolute
Thanks for
pleasure
having us.
having you, yeah? You
I'm going to come in for a hug, Steve.
Oh, you want a kiss now as well?
There it goes, Steve. There it goes.
There we go.
Yeah, I had such a good time here. I'm ready to go, Nick. Cheers. Bye, Steve.
All right,
Right, thanks, boys.
adios. Thank you.
Good.
We left Benoni, so we left the east, and I think we drove west. So now I think we're in the northern suburbs, maybe. And this is where we met Louis, our braaier, the famous smoker of Dunkeld West. Hello, Louis.
Hi guys,
How's it, man?
nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Good to
Louis,
Good to meet you.
the
guys.
legendary.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys are here.
Have you been smoking it up?
Yes, we have, but only meat. So if you guys are ready, we can go inside and I
We
can
are
get you
hungry.
fed.
Let's do
Good
this.
to go.
do it.
Like
Cool.
Judas.
What a man. I mean, you get to the door and this guy, firstly, he nearly like broke bones in my hand. He's got such a firm handshake, and that's the sign of a good smoker.
I'm looking at this thing. This thing looks like it could blow another ship up. You know what I mean? It's like something that fell off of a ship, something.
It's only dangerous to meat. It won't hurt you too badly. But yeah, you can call it a salvage product, or they call it a UDS, which is actually it stands for upstanding drum smoker. But I call it an ugly drum smoker because it's got a lot of character. And yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. It cooks a lot of meat very, very well.
What it looks like in car terms is that you have hot rodded a Weber.
Rat rotted.
Rat rodded.
I rat rotted a
Made
Weaver.
it worse.
Rat
Yes.
rodded. You know that you're coming to the house of a smoking legend. And he's created his own smoker. It's a giant recycled, upcycled drum.
He's got this drum that he's converted into a smoker. It's called a drum smoker with a top of a conventional dome braai stand. I think he stole that somewhere. And he's turned it into a beautiful smoker that he smokes meat at for copious amounts of hours. Louis gives a lot of his life to smoking.
The only thing we smoke is salmon.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever done
I
that.
haven't tried smoking salmon yet. It's a little bit more technical because you got to keep it really, really low.
Well, listen, I'm giving you till next Passover to practice.
That's fine. I can do that for you.
Possibly the highlight of this braai for me was the salad. The Romanian salad, I think there's a correct word for it, but I remember it as being Romanian because I am 1/16 Romanian.
What
do you call this,
dish you're about to? Okay, so this is smoked lettuce. We take some romaine lettuce, we chop it up in about thirds or quarters.
Romanian lettuce?
No, not Romanian lettuce.
I'm Romanian. I'm 16th
Romaine lettuce. Some olive oil, some Parmesan cheese, and the braai spice, my rub that I put on the meat. I just chucked this on there, and we put it on a high heat, as you can see, for 15-20 seconds. So the outside gets nice and hot and smoky, and then the inside stays still crunchy and delicious.
Because most of the braais we go to, the sly is like the chicken, and for once it's actually lettuce.
You're gonna enjoy this. This is quite good.
He put it on the braai. He put the salad, he braaied the salad. That is unheard of on Tyers and Braaiers. Not in the history of all 30-odd episodes of this show have we seen a salad braaied. It is remarkable and very tasty and somewhat disconcerting.
Now that's the way to start the braai.
Cool. I'm glad you guys liked it. Awesome.
Now the salad's out the way. Where's
Yes.
the meat put?
This is like stretching. Now we can get to the main.
And there was a lot of pork. There was a lot of pig at this braai. And it made me feel somewhat uncomfortable. but there was a brisket. Now, my mother-in-law will be very interested in how you did the brisket.
The brisket takes a lot of time because it's a big piece of meat, and because it's like it's the cheaper piece of meat, you gotta really cook it very long to break down the proteins and stuff inside it, so it gets it nice and soft and tender. And now when I cut it, hopefully
It's juicy.
it's all saucy and juicy and
And
looks
moist.
delicious. So let's open it up.
And it's also going to have a ring.
Yes,
like
the smoke ring.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Open that baby up. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And you also use the spice rub on this,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, exactly the same spice rub. I'm
Oh.
gonna cut it in half like this.
And
So as you open it up,
oh, winner,
There we go.
brisket dinner. The result of Louis' efforts in smoking are fantastic. It is magic. It's the pork melts in your mouth. The brisket is like butter as you taste it. You can taste the bark, the smoke ring on it. The fat just dissolves down your throat. So now we've tasted the brisket, and the brisket is heavenly.
thanks.
What is in that second pot there?
Okay, so this is the pork belly.
There were other things as well. There was cornbread. That was very good. The coleslaw was cold. All right, let's get the show on the road.
Let's feed some people.
Okay.
Awesome.
You did some pork shoulder. Oh my word. The pork shoulder was probably the best thing I've tasted in my life. So you keep cutting the brisket. I'm gonna go make some cocktails for everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks for the patkus.
That's a pleasure, man. See you now.
Today's cocktail was inspired by men drinking pig drinks. If you look at Louis, Louis is like this real man who smokes meat. And we also met Steve, who smokes cigarettes and drives big cars. So I thought I'd make a soft drink. Something pink, something small, something pedantic. So I made my strawberry revenge. A lot of ice. It's got a double shot of vodka, a single shot of Cointreau, a shot of strawberry syrup, slices of strawberry, soda water, slapped mint, and it is probably one of the prettiest drinks you can ever have. Also quite delicious as well. Goes well with guys. Louis enjoyed the drink. No? Bladuma! Bladuma up in here. My lady, this is for you.
It's cocktail
my brother,
minutes.
From me to you. Louis, from my heart to your heart, there are only pink drinks. Thank
Your heart
you.
and my lips.
If we could confer Springbok smoking colours
I
on
appreciate
you,
it. Thanks.
we would give you a smoking jacket,
Awesome.
which I think you should get anyway.
I should get it. Yeah.
But in lieu of that, we have a gift. It's a very special gift
Awesome.
on behalf of Tyers and Braaiers
Thank you guys so
to
much.
say you are a legend. In fact, you are smoking.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Louis.
Awesome. Thanks,
Oh,
guys. Really
thank you.
appreciate it. That's really cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Louis, I feel like you are just the best. And that smoker will take you as far as it can.
That's awesome.
Thanks for a lovely evening, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Prost. Louis' pork shoulder is life-changing. Definitely. Worth a try. If you can, find Louis, eat his pork shoulder. Delicious.